All right, can a Scottish beer keep Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump honest? A Scottish beer brand, Innis Gunn, hopes the answer is yes. The 13-year-old company has released a new brew called Smoke and Mirrors, just in time for the U.S. campaign season, and it has sent bottles to both campaigns. So I'm joined by Innis Gunn founder and brewmaster Dougal Sharp to discuss. Dougal, why get involved in this? What was the motivation for you guys to sort of hop on board with the American election by doing this beer?
Well, we've just been through, an independence referendum in Scotland, and then the European referendum. And I think, in the pub one night, there's a few of the guys talking, and somebody said, wouldn't it be great if we could make a beer that could make politicians tell the truth? And, that's kind of where it came from. And, one of the things that we love to do at Innis Gunn is innovate. And so we set about seeing whether or not we could actually do this. Whether we could brew a beer with truth-telling ingredients, and the answer, it turns out, was yes. So we brewed this beer, and then we thought, who better? I mean, who could we send this to? The world's media eyes are on these two, the most electric campaign for, as long as I can remember. So we just thought, well, let's have a bit of fun and send it to the Donald and Hillary, see what happens.
Yeah, I'm checking out the label here. It says Scottish straight-talking honesty in a bottle, especially for the USA. But, I notice you guys don't necessarily specify Trump and Clinton on the label. So it sort of seems like you're staying neutral a little bit. I mean, did you think about, was there any risk for you guys in doing this? Any sort of danger of looking political to the customers?
No. Look, I mean, we've brewed this for fun and to see if we can actually brew a beer with truth serum in it. We haven't brewed it especially for the candidates. But I think we'd all agree that, what we want in our politicians is honesty, straight talking, openness.
Have you sent the beer to any Scottish politicians?
Well, not yet. We're not quite in the same media spotlight as you guys right now.
Right. So Dougal, let's zoom out a little bit and talk about the beer business at large. I mean, obviously the industry has gone through consolidation for many years now. And, I feel like every week there's a new craft brewer that you read about that has sold to a big giant like AB InBev. What has this meant for you guys, for a small brewer in Scotland? What's the impact been?
Well, competition is competition. Whether there's a big brewery owning it or a group of local guys that have started a business and made it successful. I think what we have to do at Innis Gunn is make sure that we absolutely brew the best beers, that we have innovation, flavor, quality, and we do things like this. We create media stories which get people talking, and that's perhaps something that a big corporate machine can't do. So if you're asking, am I afraid of big brewers taking over craft beer companies? No, I'm not, because that's life. We just have to stay one step ahead. We're smaller and more nimble, and we can do things like this that the big guys can't, and that's why there'll always be a place for beers like Innis Gunn in the market.
Yeah, that's true. And within craft, there is so much of an emphasis on authenticity and staying small. I mean, I'm always hearing from the craft drinkers that they really care about whether a company is owned by a big beer giant or not. I mean, is that something that you try to really stress as your own brand? As you said, this is one part of it, doing funny things like this. What is the Innis Gunn brand, and how do you try to differentiate yourselves from other craft brewers?
Well, our mission at Innis Gunn is very simple. The company was founded upon the discovery of a flavor, of this amazing flavor that you get from maturing beer in oak barrels, and that sort of what if mentality. What if we could mature a beer in a barrel? What if we could make the world's first spreadable beer? So there's innovation, and the sort of Scottish eccentricity runs through our veins, and that's what we love to do. And the mission is just to get people talking about beer, to expand their horizons, and to try and find a great beer for them, be it an Innis Gunn beer or anything else. We're for beer.
Yeah, I think eccentricity fits this campaign season very well. So thanks, Dougal.
You said it.
All right, what about you guys? Would you try a Scottish craft beer because of a clever political tie-in? Let us know in our comments below, or tell us on our Yahoo Finance Facebook or Twitter.